right? So what is the real competition for us as businesses? The real competition for us as businesses is not location, is not product stock, right? It's not the size of the business. The real competition for us as a business, as I said, is top of mind, open wallet. If you talk in the mind of your clients, you will always be on top of their wallet, on top of every purchasing decision they make, right? Why would a client pay attention to another business that has a similar products like you? Why would they pay more attention to it and not to yours?
Let's all think of soda. We all thought of one company, all of us, and you know it, Coca-Cola, right? All of us thought of Coca-Cola.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video, another interesting topic that we are going to cover in this podcast. So in this talk, I'll be talking about how to stand out of the intense competition, how to be the one that customers remember when they are thinking of a product, how to be the person whom your customers will always choose over other companies or other competitors of yours. So, very funny human beings. When the decisions for the brand, for what to buy, it's just products. It's more than just what you sell to them. They consider a lot of things because buying for customers is an emotional decision that's backed up by logic. So, how do you combine the emotional parts of the making and the logic of their decision making to be the one they come to when they want to buy a product from you? So let's get started. So basically what you want to do is become this, the person in red. You are in a market, you are selling product, but not the only one selling product. So why would they choose you? That is the thing. Because you have to give customers will not always choose you based on nothing. They have an emotional trigger that pushes them to come and interact with the product, to come and interact with the company, to come and interact with the service that you offer to them, right? So how do you stand out of intense competition? First, let's define competition. What is competition? Most of us business people think that competition is the person who also sells the same product that you sell, but they sell it across the world. They sell it opposite us. They sell it on a larger scale, maybe a bigger company than ours. You would think that is our competition. But is that really the case? Do all our competitors are they the ones that sell our products, sell the product that we also sell, and have a business similar to mine that is next to my to my area of business operations? Who is the competition and what are we competing for? Because we're not competing for fame or anything. As businesses, we are competing for one thing. And if you think the person who has a business next to your business is the real competition, then you have it wrong, because all businesses do, all customers do. There may be two businesses close to each other, but simply because yours business has another competitor, supposedly, that has a shop similar to yours selling the same product as yours, doesn't make them the competition. The competition is for something much deeper than space shop or space location or business location, right? Or how many products you have and I don't. That is just surface level. That is just what we see on the surface level. But in all genuinity, the real competition is for what? I'm going to tell you in this short podcast whether we're going to improve our businesses for it to be able to stand out of intense competition, right? So, what is the real competition for us as businesses? The real competition for us as businesses is not location, is not product stock, right? It's not the size of the business. The real competition for us as a business is the attention of the client. The attention and the retention of a client. That is where the real competition is. If I as a business have a business that is next year's smaller than yours, definitely, in terms of business size, in terms of the business premises size. If I as a smaller business have a shop smaller to yours, let's say by margins of 4:1, ratios of 4:1, if I am one, and you as the four, I have a business next to yours, but I have customers who pay more attention, maybe, and attention, they are also retained by my business more than that happens to you who is the four. I have won the game. I have won the competition game because attention and retention is the game, is the name of the game. Attention and retention is what businesses should be competing on. It's not about the location, it's not about the business process. As I said, it's also not about who has stocked more product. That is not where the real competition is. If I retain more clients, if I get more clients to pay attention to my business, even though it's smaller, definitely you will feel the hits because why am I getting more clients than you? Yet resources, I am a smaller competitor, right? So it's not about all these things. So we have to focus all of our energies around improving the attention and retention of our clients. If we can make more potential people to pay attention to our business, we have won first the attention game. Attention is the new principle. Everything in media, all that they are trying to do is compete for attention. Facebook is trying to compete for attention as a person. They want you to spend more time on their platform. Instagram wants you to spend more time on Instagram than on Facebook. You see, it's an attention game. The media stations, the TV stations, Citizen wants you to pay more attention to Citizen than it wants you to pay attention to NTV or KTN. It's an attention game. The one who has the most attention lately has the most business because famous marketer said, top of mind, top of wallet. If you talk in the mind of your clients, you will always be on top of their wallets, on top of every purchasing decision they make, right? Why would a client pay attention to another business that has a similar products like you? Why would they pay more attention to it and not to yours? You should be able to fix these loopholes in the attention economy where you have more attention to your business. And when you get the attention, you now have to monetize it by selling them a product and them a future business by retaining them. Retention is the same thing that comes after attention. They have to pay attention. When they pay attention, now you on your side have to improve your game so that you'll be able to retain them. So the three things make you stand out of intense competition, make you stand out of all your competitors, make you stand out as business. In the businesses that are anyways, what makes you stand out? Like things will help you, help your business, help your brand. If you're a brand, help your service business or your business to stand out of intense competition. Because I always wonder, let me give you an example. Like when you think of soda, let's all think of soda. We all thought of one company, all of us, and you know it, Coca-Cola, right? All of us thought of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola products, Coca-Cola company won the attention game of the soda market, right? Everyone, when they think of soda, they always think of Coca-Cola products. You'll either think of a Coke, you will most likely think of a Fanta, Sprite, but your mind will very rarely go to Pepsi or other products like Monster or Red Bull. Red Bull is actually Coke's biggest competitor, and it's funny because they are the biggest competitors to Coke, but they have the same soda, but it comes in a small can and it tastes really bad. That's what we call it's a paradox. I don't know. I know why they do it, but I know why it came about that. But it still boggles minds that their biggest competitor. Logically speaking, if we were to compete against Coke, you and me as a business, what we would have thought was how do I create a product superior to Coke, to Coca-Cola products? Let's say I'm making a Fanta. How do I beat the Coke competition? I would think of creating a can bigger than the Fanta can. If they sell theirs at 500 ml and package mine at 700 ml for the same price as the Fanta 500 ml. That's how I would have thought I would have won. I would have been able to beat Coke out of the competition. But most of these decisions are emotional. So if you bring a logical perspective to the table, you will always lose because it's a game of the mind. As we said, it's an attention game. And when people pay attention, they put their money there, right? So let's go to the three things that help us stand out of intense competition among our competitors in our world of business, in our service world. There are three things basically that will always stand out and make sense to us as businesses when we try to when we improve these three things. They will help us really stand out of the competition and really be seen as someone who has more knowledge in the market. So what are the three things? Number one, the first thing that can help you be stand out of intense competition. The first thing, relationships. The second thing, branding or creating a brand. And the third thing is storytelling. So I'm going to be going in depth in all of this and explain to you how you can leverage this for your business to stand out of intense competition. So let's begin with branding. So what is a brand? A brand. Most of us think that our brand is the logo that we have. Most of the companies always think that a brand is our colors. Don't change our colors. Our customers won't recognize that's our brand. Don't change the fonts. That's our brand. How we always handle customer service, they also think that this are our brand, but I think really the brand, how we speak, our temperament and all those as a business. Most of the businesses or business people think that these are what create the brand, but is it really the brand? I have another video where I discussed what is a brand. I told it to you, but in this short snippet, I'm going to repeat to you and tell you how it will help you leverage your business. So, what is a brand? A brand is the mark left in the mind of the consumers when they experience your product, when they experience your service, and when they experience your business. The mark is out. Brand is the mark left in the mind of your consumers when they experience your brand, when they experience your business, when they experience your service, when they experience your product. The mark left in the brain of the consumers, that is the brand. The brand is not the logo, the brand is not the colors, the brand is not the customer service, the brand is not the fonts. So if these are not the brand, then what are they? Because most of us seem to identify them as the brand. What are they? These are what we call brand assets. Brand assets are what help us the brand. These are what we call stimuli. They are stimulus to help us create a more memorable brand in the mind of the consumers. Let me give you a visual explanation of this. So in the olden days, when our parents, they reared cows in their homesteads, right? And they used to have a lot of cows, and they used to take the cows to graze as a community. So what would they have done to make the cows of maybe from the Malay family, they have cows, and let's say from the Sinket family, they also have cows, and the cows will look similar, especially when they interact with each other in the grazing field. It is difficult for you to distinguish the Malay's cow and the Sinket cow. So our parents, being very wary of this, they knew the importance of branding. So, what is a brand? We said it's the mark left in the mind of the consumers when they experience a product, service, or business, right? So, what the parents did, they used to hit iron. The cows from the Malay family would have a brand M. M was the letter to signify the Malay family. They would put letter M, so they would hit an iron, right, with the letter M, and push it on every cow's skin, right? Place it on the cow's skin. So all of these 300 women's cow, they would have an M, or maybe on the thigh of the cow, right? On the top of the head here, between two horns of the cow, they would have the brand M. That's to signify the same cat would also have the same but S, right? So what is the brand? The brand in this, on the cow, from the Milanese family, the brand is M. That is the brand. That is the mark left right on the cow. But since it's a business, you can't go branding your customers with your business. So what does the brand do? It leaves a mark inside the brain. So the brand is the mark left. When you think of Coca-Cola, what comes to your mind? There's happy moments in your mind, definitely. There's joyous moments. When you think of Coca-Cola, drinking any Coke product, definitely you associate it with somewhere where you're happy. Nobody is ever, I always say this, nobody ever gets so angry and feels like, I want a Coke right now. The Coke will calm me down. It's impossible to do that because how Coke have affected your mind, Coca-Cola company, how they have affected your mind by building the brand. The brand that you have of Coca-Cola in your mind is of a company that has very good joyous moments, a company that I use their products when I have a gathering, a family gathering, a wedding, a Christmas. Most of the Coca-Cola products we interact with them when we were happy. When maybe we achieved something and I went on to celebrate, we had cake and there was always Coca-Cola by the side. Right? So that is the mark left in the mind of the consumers. So the brand asset in the case of the cows was the branding iron that had the letter M or S. That one that they placed on the fire and put it on the cow, that is the branding asset. So don't mistake the branding asset for the brand. Now that you know the brand is the mark M left on the cow, that is the brand. The branding asset is what was to label the M on the cow. Big difference. So how do you create your brand? You create your brand by showing or stimulating people's brain with a lot of what? Your brand assets. So brand assets help us create the brand, but they are not the brand. So brand assets are the stimulus. These are the logos. These are the colors that we use. These are maybe something like the fonts, our customer experience, the way our customers are served when they come to our business or our store. These are some of the things that they will use. Brand assets are used to stimulate the branding part of a business. So don't confuse the brand assets for the brand. So repetition creates conviction, right? So the more they see our logo, the more they see our customer experience, the more intense our customer experience is on the emotions, that will create a brand. That will create a brand, but your focus should not be on the brand asset. It should be on the feeling, on the mark that it will leave on the customer's brain. So go watch that topic that I covered on what is a brand, how to do it. So leave a description above, right, on the topic so that you use it to know how to create a brand, right? So branding is one part. And the important thing of branding, let me just go over this, right? The very most important thing about branding is that it helps us stand out of the competition because on the surface level there are many businesses, but when it comes to decision making, I say people are very emotional human beings. They use the emotional. People actually buy emotion. People buy with emotions, but they justify with logic. So when you understand this, a brand is the mark left in the brain. So definitely this is no longer about logic. This is about emotions because the majority of the decision making of most people is based on the emotion. So let's say I have a pet food store, right? I sell dog food. You may check this out with a few businesses in your area. You maybe in your area there are a few pet food stores, right? They sell food stores for pets. One has branded itself well, the colors on the front of the business premises, they are shouting, they evoke a certain emotion of calmness. This comes down to color theory. Yellow is calm, blue is corporate, green is for nature, right? So black is powerful and very luxurious, right? So this one has, let's say both of them actually have that, right? They have very good storefronts and everything. And maybe on the social media, let's call shop A and shop B. Shop A has a very good, shop A and B both have good social media presence. They, on the one have branded itself really well. On social media, they show happy food stores, happy pets after interacting with the product. And the other one has just shown what? Products. They show dog food, cat food, horse food. Is a horse a pet? I'm not sure. But they show dog food, puppy food, cat food, and maybe a bunny food. Bunny foods, right? And the other has shown these foods, but they have mostly shown it with on the ground, like the pets interacting with their foods, right? The pets how they eat the food. Which one do you think you will go to? Definitely because of the brand, you will feel like this one is just product. This one is just product. This one is more of product and people. The one that has dogs eating and the one that has product, you will most likely consider the one that has dog and the food compared to the one that has only dog food, right? Because it will stand out as a brand, because subconsciously your client will think, wow, this one really cares about my dog. They went the extra mile to show me how dogs feel, how dogs feed. So definitely this one is a better brand than this one. These are all subconscious things. You will not see them on the surface level. So I really adjure you to go and watch the short video I had made on branding for you to get a better feel on what I'm talking about concerning branding. So number 2, storytelling. This is another funny aspect that I came to learn. Actually, the reason we tell stories, the reason somebody tells your story is to make you think about something you are not thinking before the told story. That is the purpose of having a conversation. That is the purpose of storytelling. Stories make us think of what we are being told rather than have a mind with all other things and everything that is going on around us. So, storytelling. You notice most of the big brands that you know, around the market, they tell good stories. Right? A business should be able to tell a story, and I don't know that the business person should, the entrepreneur or the founder should come, or the vision buyer should come to the front and start telling, we've been running the business for 400 years. Like, people don't care. Those are things people are less concerned about. When your company started, who are your employees, did you hire the best? People really care about that. People want stories that make them connect with the business. And for this, you have to learn the format of storytelling, right? The only three things as a business you can communicate a story about. I think I talked it also in another video of mine. The 3 things you can only market to people: health, wealth, relationships. Health, wealth, relationships. These are the only 3 things as a business you can communicate to people, because these are the basis of what anything is sold. If you sell a financial product, people buy wealth. If you sell something that helps people cure their diseases, you're selling health. If you sell event spaces and everything, you're definitely helping people build relationships. So tell a story on any of the three factors. Any big company that you know is definitely telling a story on many of the three factors. Let's go. Coca-Cola, the one we all know, tells a story about what? Coca-Cola always tells a story about relationships. Any advertisement that you look of Coca-Cola, they always show a happy family, a happy gathering where people had gathered to celebrate, most of the time, to celebrate maybe an event. It was Christmas, it was Easter's. Coca are very consistent with what they do. They are very consistent with their branding essence. So the brand is ingrained in your mind. Even though the first time we interacted with Coke when we were young, definitely it was something to do with you were in Christmas, you were in Easter with your parents, you were on vacation, you were on holiday. So these are all things that this is the story Coke tells us, and they tell it very properly. Coke tells us a story about relationships, how you are enjoying something and there's food, and you complement it with that drink. That is relationships. Let us go to something like hospital. Let's go to cooperative. I've seen most of the ads. So, cooperative tells a story about what? Also relationships. Also relationships, but they input a bit of wealth. Yeah, they're with you on your step to your financial journey, where they will help you, they will lead by you to see you through as you go towards financial freedom. Business financial freedom, they will help you fund your business, they will help you fund your new activities, they will help you earn your money. So definitely the story that you will get from the cooperative bank is that they are with you every step of the journey, right? So these are very good ways to retain. Let's go to Safaricom. Safaricom has won the game of telecommunication in the Kenyan industry, definitely, and they tell two stories. The first, they tell one story, but they tell it in two different ways. The first one is they help you build connections, they help you build relationships when you use their product, right? To talk to the ones you love. It may be your parents who are in the village, they will sell you airtime at cheaper rates to help you call your mother, to help you call your father, to help you call your brothers and sisters who are in the village or who are abroad. They help you, they will show you how their products help you connect to the ones you love. So that is the first thing they do. Relationship, they tell us all about relationships, right? We've said health, wealth, relationships. So they tell a story about relationships. The first way, we've said through the telecommunication networks, how the products help you achieve stronger connections with the ones you love by using their products. That's the first way they do it. Relationships also, number two, build stronger business relationships. So use their tariff to send and receive money, right? It's still it cuts across in two ways, but the main thing is relationships, right? It cuts across in the finance or in the wealth aspect, because a business that has good money systems is a business that is definitely going to thrive. So you see it, you feel it subconsciously, but you can't just explain it that much until the stories. Gillette for men. Most companies tell about stories because it's easier to pitch a story about relationships than it is to pitch a story about other things. Unless you are in the health sector, it is very hard to pitch something regarding health to customers who you help with. So Gillette, they also foster relationships. The story that is if you use the Gillette product as a money to grow yourself properly, it will help you be confident and connect with the opposite gender, right? So Tusker is another product. They tell also a story about relationships. They show us how men gather, and people who love doing something like watching football, most of the time they gather at a place where they watch football and they're happy. Most of the products come after a moment of happiness, and people are happy about a goal or everything, and they're just watching, and there's a goal scored, and the story is people are happy that they raised their tasker. So I really urge you as a business, tell stories. If you're in the financial sector, tell stories of how your product helps people achieve financial freedom, achieve retirement freedom. That's a story about wealth. There will be less respect, there will be less caring about their financial problems, because they know they invested with you back then when they were young. If you sell a financial product, if you're in a restaurant, you cannot sell health. You can only sell relationships, because no restaurant really helps you build your wealth. So if you're in the food industry, tell us a story about how people come to unwind and just sit down at your restaurant at the end of the day when they had a long day at work and they just miss good food. Don't show us the food. Don't show us the food. Show us the feeling that people get when they eat your food. You see how social media influencers, after they cook their food, how they take a bite of their food and they're always like, tell us that, show us that. And when you show us that, people will be more receptive to buying your product. So we've gone over storytelling, we've also gone over branding. Now let's go to the fourth part. Let's go over to the third part, which is basically very it may seem not as a big deal, but it is very crucial for any business. And the third thing is relationships. Build relationships as a business. People buy people. People don't buy products. People don't like to interact with your business just on the basis of, I can sell you this, I can buy this from you, and you can sell this to me, and it's business done. No, people buy people. People like people who are human, and that's why relationship building for a business. Sorry, excuse me. Relationship building as a business is very crucial, because it helps you stand out of intense competition. Imagine there are two companies that you have ever interacted with. One was both are very corporate, right? I like to base things on what will show the difference between this and this. So both are very corporate, they have better service, both have the same product, right? But when we went to company A, it felt so business-like. It was just a formal meeting. You came in, you greeted the executives and everything, and you had a sit down, and you talked about business. It was purely business, right? If it's a car that you're buying, imagine you just entered into a car dealership. They want to sell you this car, but you entered, they were going over how this car is one of a kind, without even caring about what you want the car to do to you, right? What you want the car to help you in your daily life. How would you like the car to be part of your life, right? They just told you about the product itself, right? They told you about the features of the product. This car has a speed is 280 kilometers. The car is a V8, right? It has 8 engines, and another business you entered, they sell the same car, very professional. But when you entered, you were warmly welcomed. You felt so at home. You will definitely buy from these ones, because people buy people, right? That's why, as a business, if you're a business owner, you are always very worried that your best employee might be poached by your supposedly competitor, right? Because you know your best employee definitely brings most of the sales, and if they are your best employee, definitely you also know that they are very good with people. So if they switch from your business and they get poached by another business, definitely you are worried, because you know they were good. They were good at relationships with their clients, with the clients they brought in, but they were very good with these people. So what happened is that they will carry their clients because they definitely know how to interact with these people. So build relationships. Relationships are the basis of any good foundation. The relationships are the foundation of any good outcome that's make. And so build your relationships, become a human, don't just sell products. Show people how this helps them interact with something, or show people how your product helps them become a better version of themselves. And relationship building goes way beyond what me and you think. It's mostly a human interaction. It's human interaction. Let people know you, not just as a business, but let them get to know you as a person, because as I have said, people buy people. People buy people. People always buy people. So when you remember this, you will build better relationships for your clients, right? You'll be able to build stronger relationships because definitely you know that your clients will feel at home with the products that you might offer them, right? With the products that you're going to offer your clients. Lucy Tambekwa actually said he used to be a business when in business, when he used just to portray himself as a business. He, even on social media, all he would get was responses that were also so business-wise, until he decided to become human. And he said that he just shifted from wanting to be all business, but he shifted to becoming human, bringing the real him across the platforms, right? So build relationships with your clients. This is very important if you want to stand out of intense competition, because what happens when you have a relationship with a client, they will remember a product, and when they remember that product, in the end, there are few other companies. But if they have a real relationship with you, if there was a connection that felt more than business, it felt more human, it felt that this person really genuinely cares about what the product will do for me, then definitely come to your business. So fix these three things in your business, and your business will definitely stand out of intense competition. We've gone over relationships, storytelling, right, and branding. So if you fix these three things, you will definitely be on top of the mind. And remember, top of the mind, top of the wallet, right? So I hope this helps you scale your business. And we shall see each other in the next topic that I will be coming over. And I hope this blesses you. Have a good time. Yeah.